Hello, hello, and welcome back to PTSD While Black. This is Quinn. Just doing a little bit of a check in. I'm going to talk about a subject that is a little woo woo. Um, a lot of people are like, what? But for those of us who are targeted individuals or may become targeted individuals, um, somehow we attract the attention of narcissists. So if you are a natural empath, and that just may be somebody who is able to pick up on the emotions of others, even as simple as that sensitivity, to the severity of some people who are impacted by the changes in the seasons, like I am. I'm a geocentric empath. Um, we can attract people who would do this type of stalking to us because we have this way of relating with all life, relating with people, period. So I did a tarot reading the other night, and it was talking about the card judgment, which is really taking responsibility for ourselves. We stop blaming everyone else and we take responsibility for ourselves. And it makes me think of the 12-step program Al Anon, which is for the family members of alcoholics, or Nar-Anon, which is the family members of people who do drugs. But what they talk about is that we stop focusing on what the addict is doing in our lives and we then focus on our own lives. What is it about us that allows people to treat us in a certain type of way? And I think one of the things for me as an empath is I tend to think I'm responsible for absolutely everything. I'm not that powerful. I'm not. Um, I think that I can go out of my way to help other people. That's called playing a martyr, and that is a defect of character that I have, and I'm learning to let that go. But really looking at what is the underlying thing that's driving this defective behavior. Um, some people will call it people pleasing, but for us, it may be just that we're getting our worth out of knowing that we are helping others. A lot of times, if you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, empaths who are unshielded, unguarded, um, may often be focusing on altruism, which is the top of the um, pyramid, versus basic physical, social, um, romantic, financial needs. So there's various reasons as to why we can be targeted, but we need to take a look at ourselves. What is it about ourselves that makes it possible where we don't consider our own safety, our own well-being, that invites us to be in these kinds of situations with these types of people? And then once we're in these situations, what the hell do we do? I'm still actively in my situation, so I can't reveal a whole lot of stuff, but I can name some of the things that I'm doing that are really helping me to kind of take my power back, my energy back from the situation that gang stalking creates, which is to deplete us, to distract us from whatever it is that we needed to do for our own lives. Some of the things that's why I opened with talking about empathic energy, because we need to accept that that's part of who we are, if it's part of your reality. Accepting that it is there helps us to know, okay, what do I need to do to fix it? Just like accepting that you have a tree nut allergy. Okay, well, then I need to not eat things that have nuts, right? Right. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Um, one of my biggest issues was I was not shielding enough for myself. Not only were the individuals that I was dealing with, not only were they sociopaths and narcissistic personality types, but they were also people who were involved in the occult. And we can't definitely run out there unshielded. And that has been like the number one common thread, common theme that I've had in my life is I run around unshielded. So definitely take a look at ways that you can shield yourself. Google's your friend. I tell people to search things, find what works for you. Don't take my word for it. You need to do research for yourself about what works for you. But grounding and shielding are essential. And this works even if you are not an empath, grounding into who you are as a person, knowing who you are and who you are not, knowing what your purpose is, the direction that you're moving in your life, knowing what your values are. Grounding helps so much because that's what these folks are doing with gang stalking situations is they're trying to destabilize you so that You're easily manipulated or easily distracted from whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is. I think in my case, I became targeted because I had mentioned that I had done organizing work, but this was like in 2014 to 2016 through my church. I was the chair of the social justice committee. And really, I was just a figurehead. White people were using me to push their agenda. In fact, it was the Revolutionary Communist um, Party in that area that was using Black people to push their agenda and their message while we're really sorrowful over the death of Black lives. Um, People are trying to push their revolution through using us as figureheads, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. So, again, that's part of grounding and knowing who I am as a person so that I'm not allowing myself to be manipulated or used. Um, the other thing that is knowing your situation, knowing what is true for you with the situation that you're dealing with gang stalking. What are the patterns that you've seen repeated by your perpetrators? And ask yourself, why would they want to do that? What do they benefit from? How else can I respond? What other options, what other opportunities, what other choices do I have in this situation? Asking those questions have just helped me to stay calm because the stalkers and perpetrators want to push a certain view on you that is not you. So if you are grounded in who you are, if you are shielded in your values of who you are as a person, you shield your energy, whether then you're looking at uh, doing constant meditation or listening to sound vibrations, whatever works for you, visualizations, whatever works for you. But shield and protect yourself because you deserve to be safe. You deserve to take care of yourself. You deserve all the wholeness of you versus it going out into the environment, out into um these people who don't care about you. And that's part of the problem is that I started to care about myself more and love myself more than I did the people who could abuse me. And therefore I'm a threat. And therefore I'm a target continuously. Um so I have to take responsibility for my part in that, for not taking care of myself, leaving myself wide open, not valuing my own security or my own well-being. Um And so you've got to know when to give yourself breaks from the news, breaks from the media, breaks from your phone, whatever it is. Give yourself breaks and come back to you in the moment. Come back to you in this spot in time, knowing who you are, what matters to you, what is your vision, what are your goals. That's how we put the focus back on ourselves instead of the addict. In this case, the addicts are stalkers. And I've made that mistake of because when I was hyper into it, I was like focusing on them. But I did. I took weeks away where I was changing my phone number all the time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do one thing for me and not contact anybody who does not believe what my situation looks like. Not be in contact with anyone who cannot keep my information secure or safe. I'm just going to not spend time with those individuals. I'm going to spend time with me, coming back to me. Um, Journaling helps so much, but staying grounded in who you are is one of the most effective tools in dealing with this gang stalking situation. Oh my god. And finding like-minded people. You don't need because you matter. You don't need to put your time and energy around people who refuse to see you as a human being going through a human experience. Okay? Um That's just my lived experience. That's what I had to come into and accept, that I wasn't valuing myself, that I was really trying to get my worth out of how could I help other people, altruism, the top of the pyramid, versus is my base of my Maslow's hierarchy of needs covered? If it isn't, then I need to go take the actions and the steps to cover it. But grounding and shielding, just from an empath's point of view, grounding in who you are, shielding in your values, the direction of where you're going in your life. That can help you stay sane in a world that's trying to make you insane. um, and I love the fact that I don't have to be any kind of expert. I know that I am a certified hypnotherapist and haven't practiced in years. Um, but I do know kind of like how the unconscious mind works. So regardless if you believe you're an empath or not, it may make sense for your unconscious mind of its awareness of how you are relating to situations. So this may work for you, whether you are sensitive to energies or not. I hope you find this helpful. I hope this gives someone some peace today. All right, till next time. Peace.